Listen, look, anime, Japanese animation, you might know it for some things, you might know it for other things. Alright, so I started with obviously the greatest anime of all time, Dragon Ball, okay? We're not gonna, don't argue in the comments with me, okay? We're not arguing, okay? It's the greatest anime of all time, okay? I started in around 2017, 2018, while Super, the greatest arc, Tournament of Power, was airing, okay? Now, obviously people are gonna find it weird. I start my first series, my first anime is a show, like, realistically the third show, or you would say like the third installment of the entire of Dragon Ball or of a story, right? But you know, it is what it is. I was watching it weekly, so I was watching in sub. I don't care what you think is better, sub or dub. And obviously watching it weekly, it got me into shows in general. I didn't really watch shows other than like Stranger Things back then, or like something like those gospel videos my mom put on the TV. So this was like the first proper show I actually watched, I was following. Around 2018 it ended, like mid 2018. I stopped watching it. I didn't watch the movie after that. I just stopped with anime completely, okay? Or just shows in general. You can put the greatest show of all time in front of me and I will procrastinate somehow, okay? The next time I watched anime, or I talked about it again, was around 2022, 2023, during school. I have this one fuck-ass friend. I'm not gonna even listen. If you're around on Twitch, then maybe you would know. But you know, this Lithuanian white prick is. But he would be those guys. He would be constantly telling you, "Oh, which is a good time? Which is a good time?" Like, bro, shut up. One day, I finally bit in. I finally decided to watch the show, and it wasn't like the show was bad or anything. It's just that again, I'm a procrastinator. I just dropped the show after like 2 seasons. But obviously, again, the show was pretty good. You know, one thing I didn't expect was Eren to die. I didn't know animes were like that. Before, if you were to ask me, "Oh, what's your favorite anime?" Bro, I would like look at you weird. I would look at you like you coughed in my face in 2020, bro. Like, animes to me, like people who watched animes to me, it looked like I was a better human than them. It's like you installed TikTok in 2019, 2018. So I watched Attack on Titan. It was pretty good. I just stopped watching it again. And then I took a break. I watched the newest Dragon Ball movie. You know, that's pretty good. I was like, you know, that's pretty good. Maybe CG slot, but pretty good. I didn't watch anime until 2024 winter, okay? Now, 2024 winter was probably a big month for me watching media-wise in general, okay? I'm not really a show person. I'm more of a gaming person. I want to be doing something. I can't just sit there and watch something, okay? But during this winter, I wasn't even gaming. I was bored as fuck, okay? I was bored as fuck, procrastinating. I was beating my day. I needed something to do. So I heard there was a new series, Dragon Ball again. You know, oh, what a surprise. Dragon Ball was airing a new show called Dragon Ball Daima. Look, whether you hate it or you like it, I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't care. I'm not here to talk about that, okay? I don't care. Argue in the comments. But I watched Dragon Ball Daima weekly, obviously sub again. You know, I enjoyed it again. You know, it brought back weekly, the weekly excitement, something to look forward to every Friday. Obviously, Super and Daima are similar. There was no manga ahead of them, so no one knew what was going to happen. So, spoiler. When Super Saiyan 4 dropped, or the Daima version of Super Saiyan 4, which is connected to Super, it's canon, okay? It's canon. I'm not going to argue about that. It's canon. Unless it's directly stated it's not canon, it's literally canon, okay? But you know, when that dropped, it brought back my excitement for anime. Okay, now at this point, I'm like, okay, let's see what other animes got. I became more of an open person, okay? I'm down, okay? I bit into it. I was like, okay, if Dragon Ball Daima was this heat and people are saying Dragon Ball Daima is not good, then what is going on? Solo leveling. Listen, if you're around at the start of 2025 and you didn't hear about solo leveling, especially and you watch anime, you're just lying, okay? Solo leveling may be not popular in the Japanese, but for us in the UK, US, maybe Europe, North America, stuff like that, Solo Leveling was literally the only anime you would hear about back then. Every week it would air. you had a bunch of Sunji Muglazers talking about how he's a mogger and he's an aura farmer and his girl's bad. I find it funny that Solo Leveling has so much haters when those same haters were watching it weekly. Like, people that, like, the cycle of hype, the cycle of something being hyped up, it never fails. Like, it's always at its peak. It's always getting, like, Solo Leveling was, like, literally at one point every episode is 100k, most reviewed, most liked. Everyone was glazing, okay? The second it stopped airing, okay, people started hating it with their entire life, okay? Like, listen, you were there weekly. You were refreshing the Crunchyroll page. I was there too. Let's not lie now, okay? It was a banger. It was a banger. After Solo Leveling finished airing and Danganronpa Daima, they finished airing at the same time. I was like, okay, anime could get good. Anime is good. Obviously, the next anime I started, JJK. It was like the safest bet, okay? JJK was the safest bet, and I also continued to watch Attack on Titan. I started watching Attack on Titan. I resumed from the start of end of season 2. I started at the start of season 3. So, you know, I watched them side by side. JJK, decent anime, was a decent watch. You know, another one, insane animation. I just feel bad for the animators because they definitely just didn't see the children or the wives if they had any. It was sad for them. Attack on Titan, listen, if I start speaking, people will call me a glazer, okay? If I start saying certain things, people will say I'm giving eye contact, I'm gargling on dick, okay? Attack on Titan is the greatest rated anime. I don't know, oh, bro, listen, we're not gonna get into it, okay? After that, I realized, okay, anime's heat now, okay? Yeah, it's not better than Western in my opinion just yet, but I'm gonna keep watching more. I picked up Frieren, My Hero, and Demon Slayer, okay? And before watching Frieren, I thought this show was like a bunch of peaceful elves doing nothing, okay? And for the first, like, 50%, 25% of the show, maybe 50% of the show, you could argue, it was literally that, okay? There was days where I would watch the episode, I would press play, and I would wake up, and the credits are rolling, okay? It was that bad. Like, genuinely, there were some episodes, I'm not even gonna cap to you from the get-go, I'd say this, like, right hand on the Bible, they were boring as fuck, okay? They were boring as fuck. When the selection arc started playing, when it came in, the pace started kicking in. Like, Frieren showed me really that a good story is better than a slop anime with just a bunch of fighting. Around the same time, obviously, I picked up My Hero, and obviously, if you know about My Hero, you know there's some things about My Hero that steer the modern person away from watching it, whether it's yeah, I don't even know what to say for that. I'm not even gonna say anything, bro. I like dead ass, bro. I don't want this on my PC. Why is this on my PC, bro? Get this off my PC. Or whether it's ships which shouldn't be legal, like ships which are just not allowed, or the fans are like literally AIDS. They are literally AIDS. I thought Deku was a femboy. Okay, I thought this guy was a genuine femboy before I started watching the show. Okay, obviously, my sister was just like, yeah, no, watch Deku, no, I love Deku, no, you actually like really like My Hero, it's completely different. I was just telling her, bro, shut up, bitch. What are you talking about? I go ahead and start it, and wow, I had to give an apology real quickly. That show was, wow. Listen, if you want to watch My Hero, okay, I understand that there might be a lot of gay porn, there might be a little bit of deluded fans of autism, okay? That show is amazing, okay? My hero is cinema, okay? Final season airing as I'm recording this, amazing. It's amazing, okay? My Hero is nothing. If you are not watching the show because of the fan base, first of all, pattern the fuck up. But I understand it, but to some extent, you gotta actually judge something from doing it, okay? Get some critical thinking going on, okay? In that little brain of yours. And second of all, just like, watch it. You're going to enjoy it. The cast is very enjoyable. The character dynamics are very enjoyable. What the story's trying to tell you is very enjoyable. The arcs are enjoyable. The fights are enjoyable, okay? Don't get me started on the movie. The animation at times, it could be peak. Other times, yeah, we're not going to talk about the other times. In between those periods of time, from like, now we're talking spring, summer, coming to fall right now, I watched more animes. We're talking Bleach. We're talking One Piece. No, I'm not talking about One Piece. Fuck you. I'm not talking about One Piece. Fuck you. Black Clover. Why so hard? I watched Kaiju number 8, Vigilantes, Chainsaw Man. I think I already said it. I watched One Piece. I also watched Milo Stepsister Can't Be This Cute. So I've only watched around like 10 plus animes, 12 plus anime. I just like watch whatever is suggested and like confirmed to be good. Don't watch Dress Up Darling though. Don't get me started. Obviously we're here now, present time. We just got the Infinity Castle dropping. That was amazing. Death Wish should have been a season, but that was amazing. We have Chainsaw Man. You know, I'm not gonna do an actual review on them because that would be long and people won't like what I want to say. Most likely gonna do a collab video with that. A lot of things are coming in 2026 or 2027 if you are a anime fan, just in general, okay? Listen, it looks like we're eating good, okay? We got things from the second Demon Slayer movie. We're going to get Chainsaw Man Season 2. We got JJK coming out, the movie coming out in December. The whole thing airing next year, just in 2 months in January. Most likely another Kaiju series. The list can go on. We have Black Clover coming back. And obviously the greatest anime of all time, Dragon Ball. Listen, we're getting Goku versus Moro. We're getting Ultra Ego Vegito versus Black Frieza. We're getting 9-Eye Goma versus 3-Eye Gohan. Literally just as I was making this video, just as I was on the train coming home, Solo Leveling movie will be coming out. It's pretty much confirmed now in 2020, late 2026, late 2027, early 2027, sorry, that we're gonna get a movie coming out for it. So if you're thinking about watching anime, or if you're thinking about moving over to the Japanese side of content, listen, you will still have to do some adjusting. Even me, like, I still prefer Western media in terms of how they deliver things compared to the Japanese, and that's solely because I grew up in this and I'm used to stuff like this. The way some characters, or the way some of them, I wouldn't say talk because that's their language and I'm alright with that, but the way some things are set culturally in Japan, which seems okay, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, okay? But it doesn't change the fact that anime is so much more better than I thought it was. Before I watched it, I would genuinely think all it was dancing, lolly girls, and physics on their chest, okay? Like juggling tits. It's still that, but we got some good fights, okay? In my opinion, I still think it's pretty weird, but I think at the same time, there's a lot of good, you know, and there's a lot of bad. But that's with everything in life, if you know what I'm trying to say. But in general, I think that if you want to start anime, there's no reason not to. You're definitely going to enjoy something. If you put on a Solo Leveling, you're going to enjoy that. If you put on Attack on Titan, you're going to enjoy that. If you want to get invested into a character more, if you put on literally most animes, you're going to enjoy that, okay? It's the reason why there's a lot of main characters of shonen characters. They're like, fans fuck with them, okay? They're made to be fucked with, okay? Okay, not in that sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about anime and my journey with it specifically. Yeah, the potential's looking really good, especially with, you know, Demon Slayer's earnings and Chainsaw Man's earnings right now. Even though Chainsaw Man hasn't reached Demon Slayer, I still prefer it as a movie. But, you know, it's a good sign for anime that a lot of people globally are starting to catch on to anime. That the success in Japan it's not just high in Japan, it's high in other countries of the world. You know, thanks for watching. Whether you watch this or not, I actually don't care. Just give me money, please. If this video reaches 10 likes, I will stream myself watching Rent a Girlfriend from season 1